Oh my god, guys, I felt hot watching that scene. I was like, woof, woo. Hi people, welcome back. If it's your first time, my name is Talia Adewale and this is DISBYDEM. We are talking about the other parts of episode 1 of Heart Signals China. I would say Signals, Heart Signal China, season 8. Go ahead and do all the right things and let's just dive on into it. So guys, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. It's taken a while for me to do this video because I swear down, I was so lost trying to figure out these episodes and the way they were like filmed and labeled. I thought that I did 1 to 4 in the last one because that's how it was labeled or tagged on the website that I was watching it, only for me to find a better place. Shout out to you. Find a better place where they actually label them correctly, and each episode has part 1, part 2, part 3, and I think sometimes part 4. It took a day for me to, I don't know if my brain was just not, it wasn't brainy. It was just, I don't know guys. Anyhow, I decided that let me just finish up episode 1 in this. Let's just wrap it up in a nice bow with this review recap here, and then the next one will be episode 2 review of all the parts, whether it's 1 to 3 or 1 to 4, depending on how many episode 2 has. That's what we're doing here, guys. Woo! Sorry, I'm learning, guys. This is my first go around with or at least my second go around with Heart Signal, the China. The first one was season 2, which I'm still doing. I'm almost wrapped up with that one, but that was very like direct. It was 1 to 10 and they were done with the episodes and that was it. So this one is really doing my head in, so it's going to be interesting when I have to do 7 and 6. God help me. Now let's talk about the comments from episode 1. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much for the engagement. You guys are amazing. So at Red One, hopefully I'm saying that right, commented that, because I'd asked about the split, right, if they'd done it. They commented that they did that in episode 7, so in season 7. So I guess this isn't new for people who have been following the series. And they also made a very good point that they are probably trying to eliminate, you know, Maggie situation, like you guys would, or bombshell situations, however you want to tag them. And I appreciate that. But now they've introduced an odd number. They introduced us to a new girl in this episode, or the rest of this episode. So obviously a new guy is coming, and I'm like, okay, bring him on immediately, guys. I know it's a little, it was chaotic, guys. I'm not going to lie. I know it's chaotic, but bring him on quickly if you're trying to eliminate Maggie situations, if you're giving these people the best shot at love, especially knowing that in China, a lot of these people come to these shows to actually find love. Then give them a fighting chance, you know. Yeah, thank you so much for commenting. Honestly, I appreciated it so much. Next we have Love Jungwon. Steady, love you. They said that I have to watch season, so everybody is screaming that I just have to watch season 7. This is not the last time somebody is going to tell me that I have to watch season 7. They also said that it's the best season for them and I'm gonna like it, and that there's a character like Jimin there. So Jimin is from, for people who don't know, Jimin is from Heart Pairing, and he's my main man. I did not like him in episode 1 and 2, and by episode 3 I was like, heads will roll if Jimin does not get the girl he likes. It was that deep for me, guys. I'm laughing, but I'm not kidding. So if there's going to be that kind of personality in there, I'm going to look, there's been so many people who said I should watch it. I will. The reason why I am balking at it, guys, is because I know I have to do a reaction because it's a past season. It only makes sense that I do a reaction. A recap doesn't really do anything for anybody. I wouldn't want to watch recaps of seasons that of shows that are in the past. That's why I like doing like recaps for current shows, because I know you're watching them and then we can talk about it. But for past shows, it just makes sense to do a reaction, and that's why I've been like, 30 episodes, I can't do it, you know. That's why, but I know now that I'm going to do it anyways. Plus these shows have been, Heart Signal 2 has been so amazing. Like, I am stressed, I'm emotional. It's like a period roller coaster. If you know it, no, I'm sorry if that was TMI, but that's like the best way that I can describe it. My God, yes, give me more. So yeah, shout out to Love Jungwon. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you every time you leave comments and engage. I just absolutely love it. And then we have Rooney Army. And she also says, I'm assuming it's a girl here, she also says that I need to watch 5 and 7, saying that they are the best seasons, hands down. Rooney Army, just basically, from what I'm gathering there, is that I'm gonna have to watch season 7, guys. Shout out to Rooney Army. Thank you so much for leaving a comment. I really appreciated it. You guys are just awesome. At Evelyn Heiko, I hope I said that right, said they love Yifan, and I forgot his name, Yuhan. so far. I'm with you, girl. Yifan honestly blew me away this episode. I'm not gonna lie. Yuhan did some things that I found questionable. Not in a red flag kind of way, but just, I don't know. Thank you, Evelyn. Thank you for the comments. Evelyn also made another comment saying that they think that nerd type is going to end up with Lan Lan just based on the interactions of this episode. And I didn't see it at first. I was like, there's no way. I hadn't watched the rest of the episodes, right? But by the end of it, I was like, yeah, I see where you're coming from. I really do, because wow, we'll get to it. But shout out to you, Evelyn. Thank you so much for leaving your comments. Thank you to everybody who engaged, who watched it. Now let's dive on into the episode. It's going to be speed. We will just speed through it, guys, because I don't really want to waste too much time. I want to go and watch episode 2. I've been saving episode 2 because I wanted to do this first and then go on to watch the whole of episode 2 in all its parts. So like I said, all the singles meet. They have this fancy dinner for them. It's a wide table, open space. Everybody comes in one by one and you choose your seat. This, I think, was where somebody lost points and the other single moved on from them. We'll get to it. Everybody looked fine, guys. Everybody looked fine. But I made a note of who was it? Was it 2 people? Was it 2 people that I made a note of? Yes, it was 2 people. Nerd type. We might have to change his name, guys, because when he came in, I was like, God dang. I mean, I've always known that he's handsome, but with his glasses, he kind of gives like sexy nerd, if you get what I mean. And that's why I tagged him nerd type. But he was just giving full-on movie star cuteness. Whoa, you know what it is? I'm watching ABO Desires right now, and he kind of reminded me of, like, the stunning, beautiful, like, just men in that. And I was like, wow, big ups to you. Big ups to you. He looked so good. So I really like that for him. And then the other person was Eileen. Eileen came in like a boss babe. Oh, I can't get it off of this girl. I really love her. I love her. Oh, she looks so good. And the confidence just adds something extra. I love this. She looked absolutely fantastic. So like I said, everybody comes in and you're able to sit where you want. So a lot of people were meeting each other for the first time here, because you know how they did the swap. So a lot of people were meeting each other officially. Now, Lan Lan was kind of opposite to come. No, what do I mean? Lan Lan was kind of she was the second person to come in. She looked beautiful. I didn't really comment on her because she always slays. Even in casual outfit, this girl slays. You know what I appreciate about Lan Lan? Huh? And it solidified it for me by the end of part 3 of episode 1, is the fact that Lan Lan knows that she has power. Lan Lan knows. She knows how to manage situations. She knows how to manage people. She knows that she has power, but she does not abuse it. And I love that. I love a woman that knows she has control, but just like, oh, I love her. Honestly, I love her. I didn't think I would. I thought she would be one of those people who is going to use, her beauty to manipulate the situation and, I guess rule the house. I thought she was going to be a bitch, guys. Because I don't know how I'm speaking English. But she is actually one of the most wholesome people so far. I really like her. She's beautiful. She's intelligent. She has a very, completely different job from her image that she presents. And I think she's a boss babe. I love her. So she came in second. And when Bad Boy came in, I don't understand why he didn't just go and sit down beside Lan Lan. There was a chair there. What was his thinking? That was a huge mistake. And I think that she took that as, oh, I guess you've lost interest. Well, then fuck you then. She did say that, guys. You know me, I always paraphrase. I feel like he lost points there, and I think that really hurt his chances, because by the end of this episode, he was talking to the dog, because the girl that he liked was not talking to. Well, there was no chance for him to get to talk to her. She's extremely popular. A lot of guys wanted to talk to her. I really felt bad for him, but it is what it is. So skipping on, also Yifan. One thing I noticed that when Yifan came, she was very much zeroed in on Yuhan. I think she likes him. From when she sat down, I feel like she was so dazzled by him that she didn't even realize that she hadn't met him before. And I thought that she liked him at that dinner table. Oh, sorry. Also, West Coast came in looking like a movie star. He ate with that look. He looked so good. But then they introduced us to the new girl, and she came in this stunning, like, almost like 80s modern chic vibe. It was this like purple, romper. I don't even know what it was, guys, but it looked really good. Her name is Hangxin, but I'm calling her Sunnyside, guys. Don't ask me why. But that's gonna be her name. throughout this series and this recap. So Sunnyside comes in. She is gorgeous. She has, you know, those round, beautiful face, legs for days. She's just beautiful. She ends up picking who she wanted to sit beside before she came in. And if that seat wasn't available, the boy that she picked would have to tell the person that was sitting there to move. Thankfully, it was available. She chose Yuhan and she sat beside him. Now, Black Cat is sitting opposite Yuhan. I mean, she strategically placed herself there because that's the guy she liked. But throughout, there was no engagement. Now, there's a lot going on, guys. We're talking about a lot of people right now. I think it's what, 10, 11? It's 11 people sitting at this table. So there's a lot going on. But I noticed that Black Cat and Yuhan were not really making, he wasn't making eye contact with her. She was trying. She was being flirty. She was doing all the things. But he wasn't. He was sitting beside Eileen, I think. And he was talking more to Eileen than he was engaging with Black Cat. So when Sunnyside sat down beside him, you could just see, like, Black Cat's whole emotions are just on her face and body. Like, it was written throughout that she was not comfortable. They each brought gifts or something like that, and then they all went to pick a gift. So they had these cards on the table with questions on them, and whoever received your gift would answer the question that you asked. So I only made note of the important ones. It wasn't everything. West Coast said that he would give his gift to the same person if he had a second chance because he thought it was fate. I'm not gonna lie, I skipped the gift part, so I didn't know who he was talking about. He was looking at Yifan though, so I wrote Yifan. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't know who he was talking about. Also, my subtitles are a little, you know, but that's what he said. Black Cat said that her feelings will not change for the person that she's interested in. I wrote lie because she was lying. Let's be honest. She's already changed. She likes Lee Chan. I almost said Lee Chan. She likes Lee Chan. She likes him. She has already changed. So why did she lie? I don't know. Anyway, she said that. Bad Boy said that they asked him to switch seats with the opposite sex. So he decided to switch with Lee Chan. I'm not really sure why. Oh yeah, because that put him beside Lan Lan. He should have just made that decision from the beginning. So I didn't really know why he was doing this. Unfortunately, this took Lee Chan away from Eileen because it was Yuhan, Eileen, Lee Chan, Lan Lan, West Coast. Ooh, guys, it's been a while since I watched this thing. I'm very proud of my memory. And then Bad Boy was sitting in between Black Cat and Jue. It is Jue, right? I never know if it's Jue or Yue. Jue. Anyway, so the switch took Lee Chan away from Eileen and put him in between Black Cat and Jue, which were two girls that are actually digging him right now. So both of them seemed really happy about it. Then Nerd Type said that he had only one regret. That he sent his, you know, the one-on-one date that they had that first day. He said that he was too slow in sending that message. That was really nice. I loved it. It was such a very simple thing, yet it had such a huge impact, you know. It's like, oh, I loved it. And this was where I wrote that Yuhan was avoiding Black Cat's gaze because there was just no engagement between the two of them. It's almost like he had data's remorse. It's the best way that I can describe it, guys, because I don't know what was going on between them. Well, that's what it was. I don't know what to tell you. Yuhan was asked to ask a person of the opposite sex their first impression of him. God, English is hard. Woof. Their first impression of him. Yifan was the one that asked him the question, so he just basically threw it back to her. Personally, I think it was a cop-out because he should. This was a way to, I guess, find out who you like, but he didn't want to answer at that point because he hadn't really talked to Black Cat yet. He was already avoiding Black Cat and he was already kind of interested in somebody else. I feel like it was Lan Lan that he was actually digging because I think he likes Lan Lan at this point. Then Black Cat decides that, oh, sorry, excuse me, teacher. I want to change the answer to my question, and then she switches her answer to yes. Now the host think that it was a bold thing for her to do. I don't think so. I think it was a cry for attention. It was an attention grab, and I just didn't respect it. I didn't rate it. I didn't rate it, guys. Yeah, she finally told the truth, but she could have just started with the truth in the first place because Yuhan did not pick her for the first impression question. She's throwing a tantrum. Sorry, I'm spitting everywhere now. Piss me off. She's throwing a tantrum. And it pissed me off. We didn't start on the right foot is basically what it was. We switch on to part 3, and Jue said that she's satisfied with her current seat, because she is close to someone that she's interested in. It is obviously Licha. So 3 girls are vying for this boy at this point in time. Go Licha. Then they tell us about the special gift date. You know, if you are certain, then you invite a partner in advance for a romantic trip, but it has to be like a mutual thing, and you guys are locked away, like you're removed from the rest of the group, and you go on this like stay, I think, for the entire month, just both of you together, you know, with dates and all that kind of stuff, but you really get to intimately know each other. That was what it was. I thought they had to choose there and then, but that's not what it ended up being. They then show us the first flutter messages. I was very confused about this one, because Yuhan, Nerd Type, Bad Boy, and Lee Chun sent messages to Lan Lan. And I circled Lee Chun and I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, what? Why? I'm so confused. I was so confused. And then West Coast sent it to Sunnyside. They kind of had a moment between them during the fancy dinner thing. I really don't think it was that. I think West Coast does not really like anybody in this house at this point in time, and he just copped out with the new girl. It was fair. She's new, she's fresh. Get in there if you can get in there. Then we see Black Cat, Jue, Lan Lan, and Yifan all sent their messages to Lee Chun. Then Sunnyside and Eilina sent their messages to Yuhan. And then under there, I was like, what the damn fuck? Why is Eileen sending messages to Yuhan? Like, this first flutter message, can somebody please explain? Because it confused the living daylight out of me. Is the heart signal message not to be sent to somebody who gives your heart flutters? So what are these people doing? I was very confused. Next thing we see, it's the move-in day. They had 2 rooms, and I guess that it's, well, not 2 rooms, 2 floors, 801 and 802. They also have pets in the house, and they need to be walked daily. It doesn't, I thought at first that it had to be one person of each sex who walked the dogs, but I don't think it's necessarily that. It could be a good excuse to go on a date with a person that you like, but it didn't necessarily have to be an individual person from each sex. They'd been talking. Lee Chan apparently said that he was going to cook for the girls, so Black Cat and Eileen apparently bought the same ingredients down to the T, waiting for Lee Chan to come and cook for them. Sunnyside is trying to help Yuhan, you know, with meal prep and everything, but she really can't get in there. So Nerd Type and who was the other boy that was cooking on the other side? Nerd Type was cooking with all the girls. I'm going to call them the Lee Chan fan group. In the other kitchen, and then Yuhan and who was cooking with Yuhan? Yifan, I think. It wasn't Yifan to start with, but Yuhan was cooking in the other kitchen with Sunnyside, Yifan, and some of the other people. Anyway, Sunnyside is there trying to help him prep, and he's not really engaging. There's something about him that it just gives. When she first came to that fancy dinner, he seemed all about her. You know, he gave her, I guess because she chose him, so maybe he felt obligated. But in the kitchen, he wasn't really engaging. Maybe he'd had a long day. I don't know what it was. Because she was trying to get in there, like he said, no, there's nothing she can do. She's just sitting down. As soon as Lan Lan got back, she's like put to task. Yuhan said, yeah, do this. And it's like, okay, there's been somebody in the kitchen just hovering, waiting for you to like give them something to do, but you didn't. And as soon as Lan Lan came in, you gave her something to do. It was kind of like, okay, is that who he's leaning towards now? Lee Chan finally arrives. Honestly, the meal was almost ready by the time he arrived. And he is swarmed by these women. Honestly, I was uncomfortable watching this whole thing. I was like, ladies, have some decorum, please. You know, the only person who even kind of like stood apart, she was there but apart, was Jue. Jue kind of just let Eileen and Black Cat fight, and she was just there, like, I guess supporting them or something like that, even though she was interested in the guy. It was too much. I just didn't like it. I didn't like it. He essentially cooks the meal and runs out of there because he wasn't even with their group. He cooked their meal and then went to eat in his own group. The whole thing, what's his name? Nerd Type. Throughout this whole thing, Nerd Type was just smiling. He's a man of few words. He only opens his mouth when it is necessary. And usually that is only to speak to Lan Lan. I loved it. I fell in love with him while he was cooking in this kitchen. He has this strong, he has this strong side to him that I can appreciate, while also being very soft-hearted, if that makes sense. I don't know what it was, but him cooking in that kitchen and just being manly about the whole thing, I kind of fell in love with nerd type, guys. I really did. So then they all sit down and it's a job reveal. Eileen is acupuncture apprentice at a traditional Chinese medical hospital, and she's 27. My girl. West Coast does audit and IT at a watch company. Watch it be Swatch. I don't know if it was. I was just joking. And he's 25 years old. Bad Boy is a client manager at an internet company, and he's 27. Jue does clothing export and is also a model at 24, and she's 24. I actually did appreciate her beauty in this, because in the house she looked really cute. She looked really beautiful. She seemed more comfortable, and I think that's what was like radiating off her. She looked really cute at that dinner table. I fell in love with her a little bit more in this episode. Black Cat is a student studying English law with the hopes of doing international law in the future, and she's 22. She's the youngest in the house, so yeah, I don't know if I like her. I just know, guys, I just know. I have a feeling when I'm watching these shows of the people that I know that will resonate with and the people that I won't. I don't know that I will like her. But the jury's still out, guys. Jury's still out. Don't come from my head. Yuan is a general manager. He owns his own company. He's 27. Yifan is a museum guide. She's 23. I didn't think she was that younger. Sunnyside is a management trainee of a bathroom brand, and she's 24. Lee Chan is a marketing manager at an environmental company. He's 27. Lan Lan is a project manager at an architectural firm. Her in that hat was so excited, guys. I loved it. Also, this is where she looked like casual coming in. She had shorts and a t-shirt, and the girl brings. She should have been called Sunnyside, because the girl lights up the room when she enters. She just I mean, Lan Lan is 26, and then Nerd Type blew us away on all fronts, guys. He's an ophthalmologist, and he is 29. He shook me. No. He shook me, guys, because I did not see him being the oldest in the house. He looked so young. Oh wow. When he tells us his career, when he tells them his career, Lan Lan really, like, she took a interest instantly. She had follow-up questions, and it wasn't just like questions for questions' sake. She had like intense questions for him. She was looking him in the eye, like she was engaging. Their relationship, because even at the dinner, he sat opposite her at that formal dinner, and he will make some jokes and she would laugh. And you know what that reminded me of? It reminded me of the trio from what's the name? Love Catcher Bali, Suji, Byungcho, and Young Ho. Young Ho ain't no ho. He was a ho in the end. But it reminded me of that trio, because Suji would always laugh and understand Young Ho's jokes. But then she ended up choosing Bongcho in the end. I get, honestly, in that situation, she had the right, because Young Ho kind of messed up. But that was the scene that was playing in my mind, because Lan Lan would always laugh at Nerd Type's jokes. She always gets him, and when he speaks, she listens, but in the end she'll go for the other guy, Bad Boy or Yuhan or something like that. It just worked out that way, not like she went for it. Just always worked out that way. So when she took an interest in him at this table, I was like, oh, something to watch. Something to watch. We then see that Black Cat invites Lechan to go walk the dogs. It was good. They were talking more about her career and everything. He praised her and encouraged her and told her that, it was an impressive thing that they were doing. They did talk. They did get to know each other. But she's not my choice for him. So I could not be bothered. I know a lot of people are shipping them. There are a lot of, what's her name again? I don't even know her real name, but a lot of people are shipping them together. And I'm like, you better step off my Eileen's guy, because I know now that Eileen likes him. It was by the end of this episode that I realized that Eileen truly liked him. Eileen nicely, in like the most polite way, chews him out when they get back, and she also comments about if he likes the fact that 3 girls are really chasing after him. Like, so everybody's aware what is happening, but at this point I think it's that scarcity mindset where it's like, oh my god, I like him. If I don't make it happen now, it's never gonna happen, kind of thing. So they see the train wreck, but they can't do anything to stop the train wreck. It's a little bad. The flutter messages for that evening, Yuhan sent it to Sunnyside, and I was like, what? Okay, you ignore her the whole day and then you text her at night. Okay. Lee Chan sent it to Black Cat. Pissed me off. I'm not even gonna. It pissed me off, guys, but fair is fair. He went for the walk with her, so I guess whatever. West Coast sends it to Eileen, and I was like, where? Why? What? Fine. And Nerd Type and Bad Boy send it to Lan Lan. We see that Jue, Eileen, Black Cat, and Sunnyside sent to Lee Chan. And I'm like, why Sunnyside texting Lee Chan? I feel like the tower is down for these 2 heart signal sessions that we've had, the messages. I feel like the tower is broken, because I don't think the signals are connecting. Because why is Sunnyside texting Lee Chan? Oh my god. But I think in the message she said something that you know what I expected talking to you give me a better impression of you or something like that. So who knows, maybe there's a fourth person who's going to be fighting for Lee Chan's attention. Yifan texts Yuhan, which yeah, she'd already said she liked him. Lan Lan sends it to Nerd Type. And I was like, okay, girl, I guess you're laying claim. I didn't see it for Nerd Type with Lan Lan, guys, but it looks like it is happening. It is happening. So the host was saying something. One of the hosts was saying something like about like the profession, switching her side. I don't know if he was implying what I think he was implying, but if he was implying what I think he was implying, I'm all for it, girls. Please. Everybody wants a soft life, so let her chase that soft life. I don't care. But she also seems like somebody that grew up with wealth, unless she's faking it. I don't think so. I mean, you never know, right? She seems like somebody that grew up with wealth. I don't think she's lacking for money. So even if the profession is the draw for her, then yeah, she needs somebody that can stand beside her and won't quiver. You know, it is what it is. I don't care. If that's the reason, go for it. Because nobody's feeding you except you. The next night, Sunnyside and Yuan head to the supermarket. They chat a bit. It was very light and breezy. It was just good vibes. There wasn't really much going on. Yifan gets lightly grilled, you know, by Bad Boy about Lan Lan. So he's grilling Yifan, asking her questions, you know, trying to get more insight about Lan Lan because he didn't get to spend time with Lan Lan at all night before. It was just so crowded. There's a lot of people in the house. She's very popular. There's a lot of people vying for her time. So he just didn't get enough time with the girl that he liked. So he's talking to her roommates. She gives him some. She then tells him that the person that he asked, he was like, is there anybody that you like so I can help you? You know, he's very sweet. Honestly, I know I call him Bad Boy ironically just because of how he comes in whenever they're doing his intros. But he's actually a very sweet guy and I kind of like him, you know. Not kind of, I do like him. He's a sweet guy. I don't think he'll get the girl that he wants, but you know, child, give it the good old try. So she tells him that she likes Yuhan. And that's her type and that's the person she's interested in. I don't think Yuhan even sees Yifan, if I'm being honest, but never say never. It's still very early right now. Jue is like, oh my God. I was so uncomfortable for Jue. I was so uncomfortable. She looked fantastic. So she's sitting by the piano waiting. And we all know who she's waiting for, Legion. He comes in. She wants to walk the dogs with him. He comes in. You know, this guy seemed exhausted. It seemed like he'd had a long day today. And I don't think he likes her. So maybe the fact that she was the one there waiting for him, you could already tell where things were going. And that kind of drained him a little bit more. He comes in. He walks towards the dogs. He pets them. Oh, she chokes first. She chokes. Then she kind of hovers around him, stalks him a little bit. She chokes again. Then asks him if he wants to walk the dog, but he didn't hear. I think he did, but he pretended not to because he didn't want to go. So then he goes into the kitchen. He grabs the garbage bag, I think, goes to the trash with a Bad Boy. She's stalking them. She follows them outside, waits for him, comes back inside. And it just didn't work out. She didn't really have the courage to come out and say, I want you. Let's go for a walk. You know, she's 22. So guys, I'm giving her a pass, honestly. And the boy does not like her, so he wasn't helping her at all. I felt really bad for her. I was cringing and sad all at the same time because it was a very uncomfortable thing to watch. We then see him and Bad Boy having a very, you know, heart-to-heart conversation upstairs. Turns out that he said he just needed to be alone for a bit, you know, to sort out his thoughts and everything. Like apparently there's been a lot weighing on him. He said that he's very pessimistic about love and he feels insecure and feels unworthy. Whoa. It was a very deep conversation that they had, guys, and a lot came out in that conversation. It's just, I think it's based on how he grew up. I don't think he received a lot of love. I don't think his parents were very warm to him. So he's grown up with that. And looking at him, you don't really think that he's that kind of person. It just shows you that it's never on the face, right? You never know what people are actually going through. Bad Boy does talk to him and just, I think he basically tells him to take it one day at a time and I guess focus on the person that he likes. Eileen goes to find Lee Chan, and she needed help with her laptop or something. So they go over to some of the side tables. Bad Boy follows them. And that's like, Bad Boy, get the fuck out. Walk away. Go and find the girl that you're looking for. Go and find the girl. Stop it. Oh my God. He goes there. After a while, he does leave them alone. This is where I actually do realize that, okay, Eileen, I realized that when she was mobbing him and, you know, all the girls were swarming him in the kitchen, but this is where I realized that he actually does like her. I feel like he might also like Black Cat a little bit, but I think for now, Eileen is his choice because he kept he kept coming back. He couldn't leave her even while she was working. Like they had this flirty banter thing going on where they could be friends but something more kind of situation is what they kind of have. That's the best way I can describe their situation, guys, because it was very interesting, to be honest. But this is why I knew that, okay, that he really does like her back and they like each other. I hope that they get to spend more time together. But Black Cat is very proactive, guys. If Eileen does not buckle up and actually show that I'm interested in you, Black Cat will sweep him away. And you know, to the victor goes the spoils. I cannot be mad that the girl will hustle and win the man. I cannot. Even if I don't necessarily vibe with her, I cannot be mad if she wins, you know. Then we see that Lan Lan and NerdType spent basically the entire evening together. And the body language changed, guys. So he's sitting on the floor, petting the dog, talking about his dogs. I think he has a pet or pets, right? And she's sitting on like the piano stool. She can play the piano, by the way. She killed whatever number she played. She killed it. She's fantastic. So she's still sitting on the piano. He's behind her. She's turned. Her hair is down. They're both petting the dog together. She's looking him in the eyes. She hit him with that whopper. I was like, God damn, Alan. Oh my God. Oh my God. Guys, I felt hot watching that scene. I was like, woof. Woo. It was sizzling. I'm not even going to lie. It was sexy. She did good. But this was where I was like, oh my gosh, she's actually really interested in him, because they were talking for a long time. Because we see Bad Boy coming back and forth trying to get in with her, but they moved from the piano. They went towards the sitting area. They talked for a very, very long time. I got to big up my NerdType, guys. NerdType he may actually get the girl that he likes, and I would love that for him. I would love that for him. I really will. But that was kind of like, no, it ended up with Bad Boy sitting with the dog, Nico. He was literally inside the dog house petting this dog. That was his comfort. I think it was just an emotional thing at that point. Yifan does find him and kind of like soothes him and says, you know, tomorrow is another day. Try again tomorrow. If you didn't get time today, try again tomorrow. I felt bad for Bad Boy in this episode. He really did look sad, and Lala didn't show him any attention at all. And you know what? He kind of set himself up for failure when he did not sit close to her, because she was still checking out for him at that fancy dinner. And when he came in, she was excited. She was also excited when Yuhan came in and he decided to sit on the opposite end of the table. And it's like, what is wrong with these men? I mean, you can't force it, right? But Bad Boy knew he liked her. He should have sat beside her. But it is what it is, guys. No, it was a good end of episode 1. So episode 1 is clear out right now. The next review recap will be the whole of episode 2. And yeah, we're going to deal with whatever situations arise. It looks like the boys are going to have first choice of the dates. It looks like NerdType is going to get the girl that he wants. The way they edited it anyways, it looks like. I don't know how these things go, but I'm very excited. So I will see you guys in the next episode. Be sure to do all the right things, and thank you so much for all the people that engaged in the last one. Whatever comments this video gets will be addressed in the next video. Bye.